time for anime. We're getting into it.
Let's get it.
But I think I'll start with I'll give like different entry points, and then maybe you can now, as it fits into what's it called, the research that you're going to bring forth, we can now expand and dive into that. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I think the first example will start off calm, gentle. Frieren. I think Frieren was the first anime that I watched, that because I was very like, the first ones I watched were very much like shonen, and Frieren was such a slower tempo, such a reflective anime for me to watch. And I feel like, but then as you watch it and they reflect on like more tense times on their adventure, and like they too are encountering more tense times in the current adventure, you see why the intro was as like energetic as it was, where like it's almost, it feels like, how sometimes you're going through life and everything is happening so fast, but then you also have to kind of like find the time to pause and be present in what's going on. Because when you're listening to the Frieren opening track, it's very like quick paced, and what's it called? The vocals are filtered. But the lyrics are heavy.
Interesting thing. The vocals aren't actually filtered. So Frieren utilizes Vocaloid, or Vocaloid is a genre of its own, and it's a very popular genre in Japan and like among weebs. But Vocaloid is entirely generated by programs, so that's not a real person. And this has been a thing since like 2005. So the first Vocaloid programs came out in the mid to late 2000s, and essentially you encode the lyrics into the program. That's and the crazy. Program uses like, it's insane. The program uses like a set of different like voice modules to bring it to life. So there's like different voices you can do. The most popular Vocaloid voice is, or performer, so that's what they call them, is Hatsune Miku. Probably heard that name before. You know, the girl with like you ever heard of Miku before? The girl with the blue hair, and like she has like blue pigtails, like very, very big pigtails.
Is it like a navy blue?
It's not navy blue. It's like electric blue.
Okay, hold on. Let me check.
You've definitely seen Miku before.
I think I have. No, but then the anime characters just look like this. Like there's literally somebody in JJK that has this color hair. Am I tripping? Is it JJK? Oh, Hunter.
Oh yeah, Miwa. Miwa has that color
exactly.
hair.
Miwa has that. That's what I'm just. This is just a. Anyways, continue. Shall I continue?
No, I was just saying that. I was just mentioning that's not even. It's not filtered. Like that's a computer generated.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's insane.
Wow. Okay, so who was the person behind the theme song? So that obviously the person looks totally. Is Miku owned? So is Miku like a program, like almost like a preset, or like a plugin?
So Miku is a character. Like Miku is. So Vocaloid is, well, obviously you have the voices, but they're accompanied by like characters themselves. So like there's a whole like world like that's based around that. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, Miku was like one of the, I don't think she was the first, but she's like one of the first and definitely the most popular by far. But this isn't Miku. This is, the name of the song is Yaosobi. I don't know who it's by, but it's just, it uses Vocaloid. It's probably like some Vocaloid voice. I don't know who the voice is.
Okay. So that's our Yaosobi angle. And we've touched on Vocaloid. Metal. Yeah. So what's it called? When you were talking about metal earlier, have you been for a metal show before?
I have not. That's actually on my bucket list now. I need to go to a metal show.
You need to go for one.
My friend was sending me clips of like the mosh pits and everything, and I'm like, bro, like that's a place I feel like I've been to hardcore shows and they're a little too disorganized and like too like messy. I feel like at metal shows there's more of like an established etiquette, so people like know when to stop and don't go too crazy, and also like will help like pick you up if you fall and stuff like that. So I want to go to one now.
Damn. Okay, so I always mess up the difference between metal and hardcore. Because so now I can't remember. I feel like it was hardcore. Do you know the band Speed?
No,
I think they're from New Zealand or Australia. And what's it called? They own a ticket with Turnstile and Emil and the Sniffers. And so and like it was kind of the experience I had where like
I think like hardcore is a little more dingy. I don't think a hardcore band would be touring with Turnstile, but let me look them up actually.
No, but it was a very different vibe. Like literally,
Oh,
like they called their fans speed demons. So after
it's
Jane
hardcore
Remover
punk
started,
actually. So yeah.
because as you said hardcore, I saw the front man saying hardcore, and I was like,
Mm,
I don't think he said much. And like so, Jane Remover finished, and then the
love me some
stage
Jane. Love me some Jane.
they start draping the stage with like black cloth, and the guy comes out buff as shit, and he's just like, Spade Demons come to the front. Spade Demons come. And
What?
and then these like 30-year-old big ass men just like start like walking through the crowd. And I was like, this is a different, because Jane River was full of like skinny 20 something year
Yeah, bro.
old, like
That's so funny, bro.
pasty, like, and
I
then
know the Jerry Mover crowd. I'm imagining them, and then I'm imagining like a hardcore crowd. That's so funny.
it was, and they looked so confused and frightened. And then like, what's it called? Speed started performing, and it was just a different type of moshing and like
Bro,
actually like fighting and wrestling. It was wild. It was ridiculous.
you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Lollapalooza, like a few years back when I think it was Carti that came on. Was he like Carti or Destroy Lonely that came on after Lana Del Rey? And Lana Del Rey fans were like stuck. Bro, well, it's like it's funny, but it's also like kind of sad because
Yeah.
a lot of people got hurt.
Damn.
But it's kind
I
of
think
funny. They're like,
that's
dude,
the
I don't
thing.
remember that.
I never. I think I saw it briefly, but like I didn't like actually like pay attention.
Yeah,
It was what I think that's like the unfortunate part about like having. I feel like people that set up courses need to plan that thing better, bro. Because like
for sure.
when you get stuck, because I think moshing etiquette is very. There are lots of people, especially people our age and younger, that just think moshing is like okay, we're just pushing and jumping around and like scat. But it's
Yeah,
like
for sure.
after going
There's
for
a
that
flow to it.
show. Exactly. There's a flow, like it's a form of like almost like group performance or like there's a when you actually are in a place where it's like a safe environment, it's like a really cathartic experience if done properly.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, go for that metal show. And
got to.
that brings me to anime that have like more metal openings. My own submission for that is this anime called I don't want to get the name wrong.
Gachiakuta?
Gachiakuta, exactly.
I knew once you said God, I was like, I knew it. There's only one.
Gachiakuta. Because I have a
Yeah.
friend that was like, well, watching. He's very. Shout out Francis. He's very very into anime, and
Mm.
what's it called? He was like, guy, like this anime story is pretty good, but like I need you to just take in this theme song. Like I don't even if you don't watch the episode, I don't even care. But like you need to listen to this theme song, and I played it again today, and it was like pretty crazy. I really really
Yeah,
fuck with
honestly,
it.
I don't. It's so funny because I just watched Gachiakuta, but I don't remember the opening. I generally don't. I don't know why, but I like given the vibe of the anime. I can imagine it was like something like very screamy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very very screamy. It's called Hugs by Pale Dusk.
Mm.
But yeah, what do you have for us for animes with J metal or metal openings and endings?
Oh yeah, but I think so I did want to talk about this a little bit. I think with anime, I did say that a lot of it is usually pop rock, like rock with
Mm-hmm.
like poppy elements, so like just J pop in general or
Mm-hmm.
J rock. But sometimes you'll get like an anime that has a very niche aesthetic or a different aesthetic, and usually they'll like go out of their way to try and find something that fits. Sometimes that is like actually very intentional from the creator, like not to get too off track, but you've seen Samurai Champloo.
Kind of. Yeah. That's the one I wanted to talk about. Anyways, yes. I have.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay.
We're gonna get to that for sure. But when there's like an anime that's like has like a kind of like a heavy vibe in any way, I
Mm-hmm.
think usually like metal like comes into that, or they try to. Parasite the Maxim is one of them.
Okay.
The name of the Parasite opening is called. Let me see here. Actually, no, it's by a band called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but I forgot the name. I think it's Let Me Hear. That's the name of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that song is very interesting because it's not just metal specifically. I think they blended like a lot of genres into like that one song, and I think that's what the band does in general.
Mm-hmm.
But they mainly do metalcore and like adjacent genres. But that one's pretty good. There's also Cold Rain.
Okay.
That's the fire. I think
It's called Rain. Okay, it's called Rain is a band.
No, Cold Rain. So yes, Cold Rain is a band. The name of the song is Mayday. I think that's the second or third Fire Force opening, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if you've seen Fire Force.
I haven't.
Yeah, but it's all right. It has
Is it shonen or like what's it called?
it's
What
shonen
gen-
for sure. It's a very fan servicey. The plot isn't like insane, but it has like a really good production quality. The anime
Okay.
itself.
Okay.
So they did like honestly that was pretty random. Like there's like none of the other all the Fire Force openings that I've heard are really good, but none of them are like even metal adjacent. They're not screamo or they're not hardcore or anything. But this one was, and I really fucked with it.
What
But
genres do
there's
the
others.
other Fire Force openings fall into?
I'm thinking of Spark Again by Imer. I can. That's probably J-pop. I can spark again. Na, 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 na,
Low
na, na,
key,
na, 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 na.
it takes. I mean, sometimes the J-pop intro can work for me, but usually those are the ones that I skip. Like I
I
just,
feel that. I feel that.
I,
Sometimes it can get generic. Sometimes, but there's some really good ones. There's some really good ones.
I'll be down to hear. I mean, so the other two that come to mind, I think the closest one to pop would be like the original 2003 Full Metal Alchemist opening, the first one. I
Mm.
really, really like. I think when people will talk about like, oh my gosh, which anime is better between Brotherhood and the original, I would always say
The
the original,
original.
but because of the
Just because of
opening,
the
but
opening.
not really because of what I'm seeing.
That's
Because now
funny.
I've started watching Brotherhood, and like
Yeah.
Brotherhood's pacing is like the original. Like it takes a while for you to get to like the backstory and what's
I get
happening.
invested.
Brotherhood just tells you guys this is what's happening and this is where we are now. Like, and we enter the story. But yeah, it's called Ready Steady Go, and I really really like it. It's like there's just like a blend of like when I listened, I felt like I'd been watching the show for like a really long time.
Mm.
And it just, I don't know, it just felt so fresh, but there was one kind of sadness inside. I was like, I fuck with this. This is a good opening. And
Mm.
then my
The best
second
openings
one,
make you feel something, bro. Like they make you feel something, and
Mhm.
ideally, it's something that is like related to the core themes of the show. That's what the
Exactly.
best openings like. You can get like. Okay, just go ahead. We're gonna get to like the for me like some of the holy grails of like anime openings. But go ahead.
Okay. And then I on the feeling something like the first time I heard the first ending for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that bass line. I
Mm.
think JoJo's does like a
Wait, so is it the
very
one that's like
yes, yes.
you remember? That's okay. So again, let me interject a little bit. The funny thing about
Uh-huh.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, a lot of the endings are actually just from the creator Hirohiko Araki.
Mhm.
What he was listening to at the time when he was drawing the manga,
Mhm.
he would like select a song from one of his playlists and pick that to be the ending. So a lot of them are like, so I don't know if you got into JoJo. I think it's part 3.
Mhm.
The ending, or it's part 3 or part 4. The ending is a Jodeci
What's the name
song.
of the? Do you know the name of the arc?
I don't know all the arcs, but I don't know if it was Diamond is Unbreakable or Stardust Crusaders that had this. I think it's Diamond is Unbreakable, or it might be actually Golden Wind. I don't. Okay, I'm just mixing things up. But
Okay.
the point is, one of them has like a Jodeci. I don't know if you hear that song. Every time I close my eyes, you got me feeling so horny. I can't keep you out of my. Yeah, I was like, bro, what's this doing in the anime ending? But that's literally just what he was listening to at the time when he was drawing the manga. So he was like, I want this to be the ending, and it's so
That's
fire to me.
crazy.
Honestly, we can make a whole other episode about uh, black culture and black music influences in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like a lot of the characters that he drew, he took
Yeah.
like from outfits from Prince. He took
Yeah.
like character
Yes.
names from like
Yes.
bands and artists and black artists. A lot of like the stand names and the abilities. That's like a whole different thing. But JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for
Damn.
sure.
I'll be
But you
excited
were
for
saying
that
how
episode.
did the yeah for sure how did the first
No,
ending make you feel?
but it's really just like there's something that like JoJo's does to like almost like yassify the aesthetics of masculinity.
For
And
sure, for sure.
when the ending what's it called like for that ending I was like this definitely captures the vibe of like this is just like cool. Like I like when there's an attempt to make something like hashtag like cool and it like hits. Like there's like a when you add like a baseline, like it's not just generic, like it actually like makes you feel like you want to be like Jotaro in like that like dark
Exactly.
black purple with like the hat. It's
Exactly.
like I actually want to be one of the characters like Joshin,
Exactly.
like that's my name. So what's
Joshua.
it called? Joshin, bro. So I
Joshua.
definitely that's what I liked about that ending. And I
Yeah.
just noticed between the Full Metal one and the JoJo's one, I was like, okay, like if there's a good baseline in the
Mm.
opening or ending, that's is probably good to stay with me. It's good to be in my heart. But
Yeah.
yeah, I rock with that. I'm excited for the because I know I haven't watched it in there was a time where I was like binging like the first like 3-4 arcs and then like school and stuff happened, so I had to like pause. But like if we were to go back and like pick up on those references, that would be a fun episode to do, kind of like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then that now reminded me of the kind of I guess like the most overt example of like the collaboration of black pop culture and anime, Yasuke, the
Black
anime
Samurai.
that yes, that Flying Lotus and Thundercats worked on the
Yeah,
score and soundtrack for. That was
for
pretty
sure.
good to listen to. I think anime was
I didn't watch the anime, but that soundtrack was buzzing.
exactly the soundtrack was good as hell. But the anime was cool. It was cool. I would definitely like to watch it again. I think I went in with expectations on what I wanted to see. So this
And
time
you
I'll
didn't
try and
really get
go
that.
exactly. I didn't really get that, but I'll try and go with a blank slate this
Well,
time.
I haven't really heard much good stuff about it. To be honest, that's why I didn't watch it. But I know the soundtrack that was great. Like I remember some of the songs on there. Flying Lotus, he did his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He did a little thing as usual.
But those are my picks, man. So where do
Yeah.
you want us to start and delve into?
No, for sure. I mean, there's really so much you can talk about. I think while we've talked about like some of the main genres that you get, it's not just that. Sometimes you get like some really cool stuff. Well, you get cool stuff in general, but sometimes you get like some really unique stuff like trance, which is actually another EDM genre.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an EDM subgenre. So I don't know if you've heard of a certain scientific railgun.
Scientific real. I think so. Yes.
Yes,
Very
sir.
vivid.
So like yeah, there's a lot of it has like a lot of different parts, like loosely related parts
Mm-hmm.
that are like under this umbrella of like a certain scientific whatever. But certain scientific railgun, I think it's railgun T, if I'm not mistaken. But it has the name of the opening is called Level 5 Judge Light. And
Okay.
that has like heavy trance elements. And I'm just like, where did this come from? Like to me it's a little random. Maybe like because I don't really understand the show
Mm-hmm.
or like its influences, but to me it was random. But it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So you should listen to that. It's called Level 5 Judge Lights. Sometimes you get hip hop, like we were gonna talk about Samurai Champloo. There's also Otonoke by Creepy Nuts, which is the Dan Da Dan opening. And bro, I'm sorry, I
That's
love Dan Da
I was
Dan.
so surprised. Like I was reading your notes and I saw like when you mentioned that Dan took influence from Jersey club music, and I was like,
Oh yeah,
"Ain't no way, bro." I listened to the thing and
yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit, okay, okay,
Dun, 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 dun,
yeah."
dun, dun, like yeah, it's like it's hip hop and Jersey Club, and it's so for me like when I discovered Dan Da Dan, I was a bit of like I was the anime only because I discovered it when the anime was announced.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this account on the gram that I follow called Katsuka.
Mm-hmm.
They like catalog a lot of animation stuff, like not just Japanese animation, but like Western animation and African. Well, I haven't really seen much African animation for them, but African animation too. Um, and they posted the opening, so the theme and the visuals. And dude, when I tell you, I was like instantly hooked. I think Dan Da Dan, not to get too far off track, but it's like it's a rare case of an anime having like every part of the production is completely intertwined and it has such a very deep understanding of the source material.
Mm-hmm.
So everything down to like the first trailer that I saw, which was I think the first thing that actually originally hooked me, like the backing track for the trailer, the clips that they selected,
Mm-hmm.
and then to the opening. Dude, it's so visually appealing, and like to have the like song accompanying it. For me, it's like when you talk about like holy grail of anime opening, like Otonoke by
It's up
Creepy Nuts
there.
is. just in terms of like everything, like the music and the opening animation, the opening visuals,
Cohesion with the actual like
cohesion with
story.
like the actual story and like the actual anime. Because sometimes the opening follows like a very specific formula where they'll like show you the characters, they'll like tease the big bad or tease like some of the story elements. They might
Mm-hmm.
like include a fake out of what's gonna happen or like a little like
JJK
summary of
does
what's gonna
that.
happen.
Yeah.
Exactly, like a lot of animes do that. Naruto does that. Basically, every anime does that. But like Down the Dawn, they kind of did that in a very unique way where it's like I don't know. It was just I don't want to nerd out too much, but that's the
This
holy
has
grail for
been
me.
this has been it. This is the best pitch I've had so far for why I should like watch the anime. How many seasons is this so far?
Right now, it's 2. I've heard the
Oh,
manga is like kind of falling off in terms of quality, but we're not there yet. So let's enjoy it while we
who
can.
cares? Exactly. Okay.
Yeah. And also people have like this is like not even related to music at all, but people have like criticized it for depictions of like assault. And I kind of a lot of those criticisms are valid, but I think it's still good because I think it glorifies them. Like we'll get into that later. That's like an episode for another day, maybe even another podcast, like not even apple sample. But
Okay.
it's a really good anime. Like in terms of production quality, it's like it's as high as you can get in terms of production value. But there's also to stay with hip hop. There's Samurai Champloo, which we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That one, it's just like straight from the creator of the anime. He actually got Nujabes before he passed away to do the opening for him. So I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if you remember the Samurai Champloo opening. It's Battle Cry.
I don't remember it, but yeah, okay.
I think it's actually been. It might have been in a ample sample playlist that we've done, like one of the us to use, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's Shinichiro Watanabe. He's the guy that did a Cowboy Bebop and very recently Lazarus.
Mm-hmm.
Samurai Champloo is very unique because a lot of like the anachronistic hip hop influences are blended into the show itself. So it's like set in Edo period Japan. Obviously, like it's about samurais, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't. It's not like it's not true to the historical accuracy of that time.
Yeah.
Like it's very like in one of the like in episode 3, like it starts with some dude just like freestyling on the like on the roads. Like it's like he's just like it's like hip hop, like mid 2000s hip hop culture through the lens of a Japanese man
Yeah.
and like samurai shit, just like
Yeah.
blended together. It's so fucking cool. But like that's very much reflected in the opening. With him getting like Nujabes is like probably like the best person you can get to do it, something
I
like
know.
that, because like
I
he's a
was literally
Japanese hip hop producer.
no. I was good. I was just going to say like I had a friend who used like a Nujabes song for one of his. Sometimes he posts like visual like mixes almost where like it's just like videos and pictures of stuff that he's like recorded and shot over the course
Yeah.
of the. And he used the Nujabes backing track, and I was like, I need to go on. I need to find this album and just play it front to back.
Oh yeah, Nujabes, like he has a what's that Nujabes album with like the orange and blue. That one has some bangers on it. He passed away way too soon, bro. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He had a very unique sound.
Modal Soul.
And I think that's the name of the album, Motor Soul. He had a very unique sound, and it would have been so cool to see like what he could like continue to do with that. But unfortunately, you know, it was cut short. But what's your favorite anime opening? I can't pick, bro. There's so many. What's your favorite anime opening?
Do I have a favorite anime opening?
It's hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I have like maybe like 10. A lot of them are like Naruto openings. Like Naruto has some fire openings, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
I think I already might have gone over. I'm not sure.
Wait, you already went over them?
Yeah, I think the ones I went over, the ones for me, if it's my favorite, it has to be something that like comes up when I think. Like I have to be able to think about it like just like that. Like I don't skip it. Like I watch it like front to back.
Yep.
I think it's the. I mean, I guess I'm just a nostalgia. I'm a sucker for nostalgia, but like it's the Full Metal one because that's the first one where I was like, oh my gosh, like I love this. Like it was the first one that really got me excited to like watch the show. Like once it comes on, I'm just like, my show is on, guys. Like, and it was during the pandemic as well. Like it was just like I think because it was the first anime opening that like I particularly that stuck with me and I listened to even outside of like the confines of watching the anime itself. That's what makes it my favorite.
Yeah, that's valid.
I think
Also, I made a mistake earlier.
yeah.
the name of the free run opening is The Brave. The person who made it is Yaosobi.
Yeah, also be okay.
Yeah.
And even for the, I think JJK does a very interesting thing where like I'm never, maybe I won't remember like the specific songs that I listen to, but when I'm watching this thing, is it fits. I think it's almost it almost like suffers from being too well connected to like to what I'm watching, where like it just feels like part of the world. I think sometimes they do like an ending that's like kind of like different. Like there's one that they have that's kind of like I want to like jazzy pop. It
Talking
was
about
during
the first one. Dun, dun,
yes,
dun, dun,
and it's
dun.
like
That's the first one. Yeah.
it's like frames of Itadori dancing
Yeah, it's
first.
already dancing. Yeah, and yeah, that's the first
That
ending.
one, it was so different from what's it called, the actual story that we were watching.
Yeah.
But like I like that. Like I like how sometimes like it feels like what you said with the JoJo's, where I'm like, is this just what the guy was listening to? Because I don't know what this has. I
Yeah.
don't know what this has to do with the actual story itself.
Now that JJK one was funny, man. Like someone would like die brutally, and then at the end is like. Dun, 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 dun.
Or
But
I
no,
remember
bro.
when I think the first time that thing really like just threw me off was when like during the when the both schools were fighting, and you know
Yeah.
Panda is talking about how like he's up his different cores, and the last core is about to die, and right when he's about to just but it's just like I was like, fuck, okay, damn. I guess the episode
Yeah,
is over.
that was funny. But no, there's some bangers. I did want to talk about. Well, I can't pick an ending. It's either Hyoritai, which is the Hunter x Hunter ending.
Mhm.
For like the later parts of Hunter x Hunter. That one is very
The
nostalgic,
Chimera
very
Ant arc
beautiful.
or the one after that one?
I think it. No, the Kimura one is the one that went. Dun, dun, dun. That's not Hyoritai. Hyoritai is like Greed Island, I think, and also like the one after the chairman. This is the chairman election
Netero.
arc.
Mm-hmm.
Netero, yeah. Um, but that one is like I feel like it sums up the story or like the ending of the story very beautifully for me, like in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So that one I would say is my favorite opening. Either that or Roundabout by Yes,
The
which
JoJo's
is
one.
the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure ending.
Easy.
Uh, but I want to talk about some bands. So I feel like anime music, as anime has become more and more mainstream, there is a lot of like commercial success to be found in like being an anime music band or anime music act. I think the most famous example of this is Lisa. Lisa is fucking huge. Every anime fan knows Lisa.
Knows Lisa.
She's done, yeah. She's done. She did I think the most popular opening she did is the Sword Art Online opening. So season 1 of Sword Art Online,
Okay.
which is like a very popular intro anime. But she also does like I think she does like Japanese games as well. But she's just
Trying
huge
to
because she just
see.
does. Trying to see what.
No, I was just trying to see if I'm familiar with any of her songs, but continue. She made a song for FIFA World Cup from what I'm seeing here.
Bro, she's in her bag, bro.
Was she part of Blackpink?
No.
This is a different Lisa. Okay, this is a different Lisa. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's L. Oh, you're talking. Oh,
Wrong
that's
Lisa.
Yeah, that's Blackpink Lisa. I know who you're talking about. No, her name is stylized with capital L, lowercase I, capital S
Okay,
A.
I see her now. I see it. Damn.
Yeah, she's done like the Fate series. She's done Demon Slayer. She's huge. But
Does
there's
she usually?
also.
Mm-hmm. I
Go
was just
ahead.
going to ask if she works with like a. So does she have like a wider band, or like is he one of those one man?
I don't know. I think she's a one person act as far as I know, but she obviously works with a lot of people, like with every like artist.
Yeah.
There's also um Asian Kung Fu Generation, who I think are just like an exceptional band in general. Their music is just good. Like whether it's like being used for anime. They did the opening for Erased. It's called a Riri.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you
Erased
remember
is
the
a
Erased
D.
opening?
I remember the show Erased, but I'm like I can't remember
Yeah.
the what the opening sounds like. Loki, hold on. I kind of want to just play it and then remember, and then we'll just cut that part, and then we'll now.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Actually, go ahead.
What I like about this one is, oh, rather, this reminds me of what I don't like about certain anime openings, where like, it feels like sometimes they're trying to almost trick you into thinking they're singing in English. And I'm just like, bro, just sing in Japanese. Like I know what I'm here for. Hunter x Hunter does that one. Where like at some point in the opening they're like, you can fly away.
No, sometimes they do speak English. Sometimes they are speaking English. Bro, that's funny. The Parasite, the Maxim opening, they're literally like not speaking any language. It's like not Japanese. It's not English. It's just gibberish. Like it just sounds like stuff.
Arab money vibes, man. Huh? Do you know that song?
Yeah, that's notorious. But no, Asia Kung Fu Generation, they've done Naruto openings, they've done Bleach. They have been together since their college days, and they're still together. And actually, they're so influential. There's actually a very popular anime based on them. It's called Bocchi the Rock. That Bocchi the Rock is like one of the most critically acclaimed music animes and just animes in general.
Oh damn!
Bocchi the Rock is based on Asia Kung Fu Generation. Bocchi the Rock is like I need to watch it, but from what I've heard, it's like Frieren-esque in the sense that it kind of deals with like somebody who's like neurodivergent and like trying to find their way in the world.
Yeah,
obviously very like different premises entirely, but like similar in that vein. But yeah, like anime influences Japanese music in general, and Japanese music influences anime obviously in ways that we've already talked about. One of the Fire Force openings that I mentioned, Spark Again, the artist actually name drops the main character of the show in the opening. Like his name is Shinra Bancho, and she like mentions his name, which is funny. But that's just like a very like overt way in which that happens, where like the music is influencing the anime is influencing the music.
Yeah.
And some artists, like I said, like go ahead.
No, keep going.
Some artists have dedicated their entire careers to just like making music for anime.
This reminds me of, or rather, there was a very random part of the YouTube finding that I was doing. I came across an anime opening called Let Me Be With You by Roundtable. And it was an opening for this episode, this anime called Chobits. I've never heard of it before.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
But the opening, and then all the comments were talking about a robot hooker, and I was like, I hope there's not one of these strange animes that's, sometimes women in anime are just, you're just like, man, these creators are just not good.
You're not even a character. There's something there.
Like, story. Exactly. And it's by an all-female artist group called Clamp. So I was interested in just trying it out, because the intro is really good. Like I was like, this is fresh. Yeah. But I think this episode cannot end without us going into Attack on Titan. Because you literally have a section here about Sawano Sensei, and I'm like, because we're hitting an hour.
So, yeah, I was gonna like segue into composition, because Attack on Titan is funny. I feel like none of the openings or endings really resonate with me. Like people like the rumbling. That's another one that's probably has like some metal elements. The rumbling opening, but that one I was like, it's okay. It didn't really hit for me personally.
I have a friend who's obsessed with the rumbling. As per like when I stopped taking my hiatus and I wasn't watching it anymore, like she was like, you need to. I don't even care what's just listen to this thing.
Maybe I need to listen to it again.
But I'm with you. Like I'm like,
Avi, God,
I was just like, man,
yeah. But no, this was a composition because I feel like honestly, maybe we should move this to the first, like try and edit this to the first part of the episode, because there's like so much value here. I feel like anime composers, and I wrote this down, anime composers, they have a unique advantage in comparison to composers for Western film and TV, in the sense that they already have like a written and visual source material for which to draw from when composing their music. So like movies and TV shows, you kind of have to like start making the music, like the director tells you what they want, and then you have to start from there. But with like anime, you usually either have a manga that you can draw on, or you have like some sort of visual reference, whether it's a light novel or like maybe like an OVA that they did earlier, or if you're doing a reboot, there's already like an anime that you can draw from.
Yeah. So
there's so much they can draw from, and there's so many ways they can get like a better understanding of what exactly it is that they're trying to, what they need to convey in like the score. And I think that translates to music that is not only good, but also very tonally consistent with the world that fans envision and eventually experience. And obviously, there's like varying degrees of this. Like some composers are just better at it than others. Um, but let's dive into some notable composers. Yoko Kanno. So she is one of the OG anime composers. Um, she did the music for Cowboy Bebop, which is like jazzy, like experimental jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that obviously is very good. She did the soundtrack for Ghost in the Shell, very very huge anime movie, probably the second biggest anime movie after Akira, I would say.
Damn.
Um, then there is Yoshihisa Hirano. So he did the music for both Death Note and Hunter x Hunter, which are like his two biggest works. He's also done like other stuff as well. But I think he's very uh uniquely interesting because he's very technically different from a lot
Mm-hmm.
of anime composers. He utilizes sorry, he utilizes techniques like glissandi, which is a glide across notes from one pitch to another in order to create a seamless sweeping sound. And I don't know if you've heard the Death Note score,
I haven't.
but you've watched Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
Yeah, and you've heard the score. You know when it goes like to and
Mm-hmm.
like it creates like a very like regal sound.
Okay. Yeah.
Like when
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to like
I was going to say that JJK does that, but their own is more like dissonant, where like it doesn't feel like it's like it doesn't have like a it almost feels like instead of like rising up or going down, it's going and then just scatters. I think they do it for like their like
mm.
mid I don't know those the mid episode like title
Oh
cards.
the one shots the dun. I know what you're talking about, like the
Yeah, that's what
dun,
that's
dun.
what that's what
But
I think of when I hear Glissandi.
this is kind of a different technique. Like it's very. I wish like I could play. I could like play a clip for you. It's like it's very noticeable. Like you, it's like kind of like it's very distinct and
Mm-hmm.
it's very like tied to the audio identity of both Death Note and Hunter x Hunter. It's like it goes like dun, 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 dun. Like it will like glide up and create this like uh create this idea of tension and like a very like regal, like almost royal like effect. He also uses tone clusters and agito tempo with brass instruments, lutes, opera chanting samples. That one is
Mm-hmm.
like very prevalent in Death Note. I think that it's the Death Note theme itself that's like, it's like chanting, and then it's like everything combining together with like cymbals,
Mm-hmm.
heavy bass drums, like doom, doom, doom. Like it just evokes high tension
Mm-hmm.
and a very regal atmosphere that pairs well with both stories. So both, like, I can't imagine Death Note without hearing like that shit in my head. Like I
That
can't imagine
yeah.
Hunter x Hunter without hearing the score. And I think both are just like very, very excellent. Like those are his two biggest works, and for me, they're just amazing. And you can tell it's him. Like he puts his own um his mark on. It's like Tyler the Creator. When you hear a song, you just know that's Tyler the Creator. Or like
Yeah.
who else is like that? Like we
For
just
real.
hear, you just know. You just know, like that's a Pharrell beat, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he fire. Um, but when did you watch Hunter x Hunter? Did the score stick out to you at all, or?
They do a thing where whenever something good happens, there's a specific. It reminds me of Pokemon almost, where it's like dun, 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 dun. It's
And
very
that too is like it's very like marching band esque. Like it
yes,
sounds like it's a
yes.
marching band playing that. Like they're marching through the city, and it's like doom doom doom
It,
doom. You know those big
hold-
drums. You ever like when primary school when like you play the doom 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 when you're walking
yes,
around. Yeah.
literally. And then when they do that, they are like character trivia at the end of the episode. That's where
Mm,
those. So I think Hunter x Hunter always made me feel like I was like more than the others in a video game. I just said
mm,
specifically Pokemon. Like there's something about the using that type of orchestra ensemble music makes it feel very I don't even know how to like a hashtag story whole story TM like it's very like
mm.
generic is not the word I want to use but like is, I can't find the right word for it, but it essentially just, I don't know. It's there's like fanfare. It's
Yeah, it's
fanfare. It's whimsical.
fair. Yes, it's
Yeah,
whimsical. Those are the words. Those are really the words. So that's the beauty of this band. Like you learn new things. You learn like new ways to describe things, and you
literally.
make links. There's also Yugo Kano. Not to be confused with Yoko Kano. He did JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Diamond is Unbreakable. That
Okay.
is the part 4 with with the first Josuke. He did a Vento Aureo, Golden Wind with Giorno Giovanna, and he also did Psychopass season 1. Um, Yugo is a very versatile composer that can blend elements of hip hop, jazz, rock, electronic music. Um, and so depending on what show he's working on, he like will adjust accordingly. He composed a piano piece for Psychopass season 1 that played during the season's climax or the season's defining moment. That scene is always going to live rent free in my head. The main antagonist of Psychopass,
Hmm.
his name is Shogo Makishima. He was so charismatic, and for me, he made the entire. I love Psychopass season 1. He carried the entire season for me. Like all the characters were great, but he was like, and at like the defining moment of the season, there's like very like mellow piano piece that is so cathartic and like puts that moment together so well
Hmm.
that I'm never ever gonna forget it. But that was Yugo Kano, and I'm forever grateful that he did that.
I
But
like
he
the.
also did
Hmm.
good.
I was just gonna talk about. I'm looking through the Psychopath synopsis now, and I'm like, okay, this is
Oh yeah,
pretty cool.
see, I didn't watch past season 1, but because like I was like after season 1, like I don't think there's anything you do that's gonna be like it's gonna be
As
close
good
to
as
this.
this.
So I'm just like I'm done. So but season 1, wow, that's from what I remember anyway. Because it's been a while since I watched it. Probably do a rewatch. There's also Yutaka Yamada. He did Vinland Saga. His score for Vinland Saga is one of those examples of total congruence between a show and its music, or a source
Yeah,
material
yeah.
and its music. Uh, Vinland Saga is a beautiful seinen anime and manga about change and growth, the violence of nature, or the nature of violence rather, self-discovery, and so much more. And the score is adequately melancholic, equal parts reflective, and when it needs to be, triumphant in both season 1 and season 2. I think that score is very, very good. Like it doesn't bother itself with trying to be historically accurate
Hmm.
or trying to appear historically accurate. And for me, that's kind of a strength of it, because the thing about Vinland Saga that's important is not the period it's set in or the real, because I don't know if Thorfinn Karlsefni is a real person. I think he is, but King Canute is definitely a real Scandinavian king from that time period.
Hmm.
But that's not important, really. It's not really about that. It's about the show is about its core themes, like first and foremost, and the score reflects that beautifully. So that's another great one.
On that kind of samurai Champloo vibe with the anachronistic soundtrack and score.
Anachronistic. I'll say exactly. See, we're dropping the language.
I'm
You don't
with
know.
you. I'm with you.
Oh, really? Okay, so penultimately we have Hiroyuki Sawano and Kota Yamamoto for Attack on Titan. Now it's probably gonna get excited for this, because honestly, I feel like Attack on Titan for you and Ehi was the reason why I wanted to do this episode anyway. Um,
Honestly, it was roundabout years so. Like I think because like
yeah,
I haven't finished Attack on Titan. Like because of like the long like not delays, but the time it took for them to really like they really stretched out the rollout for
oh, delays
the
for
last.
sure. Delays.
It was ridiculous. So
Yeah,
I just stopped and I was like, when everything is out and ready, then I'll watch it. So probably this
yeah,
year, maybe. Let's see if I'm employed.
valid. Yeah, Hiroyuki Sawano is probably the most popular anime composer of all time, due to his work on Attack on Titan. And I would say for good reason. I feel like people kind of get critical of him because they say he's been making the same thing over and over. But for Attack on Titan specifically, um, obviously you probably have you have some stuff to say about Attack on Titan, but Kota Yamamoto deserves his plaudits too because Sawano did not return for the final seasons. For the final seasons, Kota Yamamoto picked up the composition, and the transition was very seamless. He showed a complete understanding of both the source material and his predecessor's work. So there's like that also that tonal congruence between what the show is trying to convey and its core themes and what the composer were able to come out with. You see, Big Girl is probably like the biggest. I don't even. It's probably bigger than a lot of openings too. Like the
I think
yes.
what's it called? The way you talk about the hold on, because I'm very bad with Japanese names. Let me. The way you talk about Sawano feels like how people talk about like Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, for sure. Hans and what's his name? Ludwig Göransson.
Ludwig Göransson, exactly.
He's definitely the juggernaut just based on this work. And honestly, it's good. Like I get goosebumps with like when I would hear. I used to get goosebumps when I would hear "You See Big Girl" or like any of the stuff that Kota Yamamoto did. There's a scene in the final seasons. I don't know if you've gotten there yet, where it's like Eren and Zeke go back into the past, and they're talking to Eren's dad. Have you gone there?
Mm-mm. But keep going.
But yeah, it's called I think it's Traitor by Kota Yamamoto. And dude, the way it like carries the tension of that scene is so amazing. Like I cannot speak highly enough of that scene. Because it's like Zeke has this moment where he sees his dad for the first time in like years, and it's like in the past. And his dad like breaks down and is like, "I'm sorry for everything I put you through, and like I should have played with you more." And then they're just having that little moment, and like the way the tension of that scene builds, like with the soundtrack, it's like and you have the like drums in the background going boom, 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 and then it's like slowly crescendos, like like into that moment. And I get very emotional thinking about that scene because like it also like brought me to like my own personal life and like my own personal relationship with like my dad as well.
Damn.
And that's like that's all you can ask for with media. Like if media can connect with you and make you like think about yourself and like want to either be a better human or just like think about like reflect. That's all you can ask. Like that's kind of like that's what
That's
you
the
hope to
goal.
achieve.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
The
As like
goal.
someone who makes art, you want to connect with people. And that scene specifically really connected me. But like the whole score is good. Like there's some really good stuff in there. Finally, I want to talk about Yoshihisa Terui. That's JJK. And I think maybe you'll have a bit. Have you finished JJK?
Yeah, actually, I finished. Okay. But I think I was going to say on Attack on Titan as well. Like JJK Attack on Titan is that same thing where like the cohesion or like it does so much to kind of augment, like it guides your emotions as you're watching the show.
Exactly.
Like to where like again, like I don't even stop to be like, oh my god, like what song is this? I'm just like I'm so locked into us. I guess also because of like how engaging the stories are. Like you're so locked into what's happening that the music is really just like it just puts you into the world. Does that make sense? Like you're not even like.
No, listen, does that make sense, bro? I'm with you, bro.
Like
that's how I feel.
Guy, like you're not even stopping to be like, whoa, what's like you're so inside there, just like bro, like your heart is just pumping, and you're not even focusing on what's being like heard, like, what you're listening to and everything. So JJK and Attack on Titan, those are the animes that do that for me.
No, like both animes are kind of notorious in the anime community because obviously they're mainstream, so you're gonna have haters no matter what. But they both have like bad ending syndrome or like unpopular ending syndrome, like depending on your perspective. But I can never speak ill of JJK specifically because even though like obviously we know about like the Mappa like having like really bad working conditions with the animators and everything, and that's bad. But like what they've been able to do in terms of like pushing the boundary for what anime is and what anime can be, bro, it's like genuinely groundbreaking stuff. Like the animation team continues to like push the limits of what like animation and modern compositing techniques can do and like bring to the screen. And we're seeing that like reverberate throughout the industry. Like the Chainsaw Man movie. Um, I'm not a Demon Slayer fan, but like the Demon Slayer fan movie, like the production quality of that, like Don Da Don, like all this new stuff that we're seeing. We're about to get uh what's his name?
Squeeze the brain, squeeze the brain, squeeze the brain.
Kagura, we're about to get Kagura Bachi, which like started
Okay.
off as a meme, but like it became so like it became like people were like memeing that it was gonna be good. Like it was like a online joke, but it actually was good, and I was getting anime, and the production quality for that looks great. It's like it's reverberating throughout the entire industry. So we're seeing that, and we're seeing like this high, like the recent season of JJK was so cinematic. I was
Ridiculous.
like, it's
Ridiculous.
so cinematic. Like not even just like in terms of techniques they're using, in terms of like the direction, like the art direction,
Yeah.
and like the shot framing, the everything, like the setups.
There's a way they capture like power scaling with how they do like their short framing that's like you know like the levels are different. Where like
Yeah.
when what's it called? It was time for Utah to start fighting the other like high ranking scorers in the game. You're just like, okay, this is not like anything we've seen. Like the level, like the speed at which they are moving, like the power of their attacks is unlike
Bro,
anything. Mm-hmm.
and it's like it's in the details too, like the impact frames,
Exactly.
like there's like a little thing that Utah does when he's like running. He like swings his sword and like just like sheets it, and I'm like, I like went back and I was like going frame it. I like wait, how did you like took your time to like put this, like you didn't need to put this in, like they did it in a certain way where it's like I'm just in awe. Like obviously there's still like things that they need to do better, like some of the shadows on a three, like if I'm being nitpicky, some like the shadows for like the 3D stuff was not complete. But like it didn't really affect your viewing, and still like this is like unlike anything we've like seen like to this point in terms of anime. But with the music as well, like Yoshimasa Terui is keeping up with like the cinematic quality of the show, and he worked with Hiroaki Susumi and Alice Okehazama in season 1, and that was amazing. But he came back for later seasons as sole composer, and he delivered a soundtrack that is current, is cinematic, is exceptionally paced, and it fits perfectly with the characters and the world building. It's really a masterclass for fans that love both shonen and music, and we're honestly blessed. Like when I think of Toji's theme, like I'm like, bro, yeah, that's Toji's theme. Like, I don't know if you remember, but like when Toji like first shows up, it's like, I think it's ambient. It's like, they have like this. I'm like, bro, he's a menace. Like that's it. That's how his theme should sound. Because he shows up, he abandons his son, and he puts belt to ass, and then he dies. And that should be Cody's theme. Like Megumi's theme, like it's like it makes you feel like he's like this underdog, or like this really talented kid who's like struggling with mental health and struggling with like fulfilling his potential. And it, like when you hear his soundtrack, like it makes you want to root for him. Like it's very like hopeful. It's like it's upbeat. It's like equal parts upbeat and also like adequately like downbeat. So like you're understanding that this is a layered character who has like a lot going on. There's angst. That is angst, but it's also like it's very hopeful in the same way.
Yeah.
And that just like it's a recurring theme throughout the show where like if they're doing a character theme or they're doing like something that is gonna like play during like a climatic moment, it's just perfect. And for that reason, JJK, you will always have a fan in me, even though like there's obviously valid criticisms to be had, but you always have a fan.
A good piece of art was made. I'm literally rewatching it right now. Like I because it came out on Netflix, released I think like the first 2, maybe 3 arcs. So I'm watching that, and then once I'm done, I'll just go back and rewatch everything. Because like now that like I think another thing is like taking in the story. Because when you're watching it and you watch it as like the different arcs came out, it's like, okay, you can piece together stuff, but then I think having the benefits of hindsight, especially because like the show gets darker as you go, where like at the beginning Itadori is very jovial and he's like always cracking jokes and stuff, and like it's not fully gone, but
You
He's
know, but
so
it's
bad.
getting, yeah, he's getting cooked. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's what like one valid criticism of the show. Like, just to sidetrack a little bit, like he acts like he hates his main character. Like obviously bad things can happen. That's fine, but like give him some like time to grieve, bro. Like I don't know, like it's just the pace. It gets a little like for him anyway. It gets like bad. Like he's getting cooked like constantly, bro.
Constant to the point where
He's getting cooked.
it's almost like he almost feels like that's like the only way he can like progress or like get what he wants. Like, no, you have to cook me. Or like he kind of shows how his willingness to be cooked, and people are like, okay, I'll root for you because like you can withstand this cooking I'm giving you. So okay, no problem. I want to see, and it's just like, damn.
Bro, do you know any of the have you seen any spoilers for like what's gonna happen?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's gonna get even worse, bro.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
My boy Yuji. But hey, when the he did a spinoff after the show ended, and like now he's doing a little better. Like he's doing a little bit better. But like this looks like in the future. Anyway,
How are we? I think we gave a nice like map. We touched on different genres, different animes. Like I honestly, this type of thing where now, like you said, I think the next episode will be like probably the JoJo's episode. We are talking about like the references, but
yeah.
um,
When I went to MomoCon,
mhm.
there was like a panel of like black culture in JoJo, and that was very like I was like, oh, I can like go deeper on this.
Okay,
So,
therefore, yeah, I'll be down.
yes,
But
please.
essentially, gents, ladies, they thems, this has been the anime episode on the Apple Sample Podcast,
I
episode
hope we were
60.
able to deliver something that is not too bad, not too shabby.
Exactly. I don't
Uh,
know, low key. Like, I'm just like, bro, like, if you are into anime, and I think this is just like a good step. Like, how often are you hearing about like the different theme songs, the scores, the composers? Like, and it's like, I think in addition, at least for me, I'm leaving with reasons why I want to try like this next anime. Like, now I'm like, okay, I want to watch Down Down Down. I'm already rewatching JJK. Psycho Pass is now on my list. Like, it's like, dog, like, so now you're hearing the different animes that you love. You're like, you found new ones that you could love more. So like, share, man. Fucking subscribe, bro.
Thank you,
Um,
sis. God, man.
and Omarizu, this dude, I want to something. Cause Loki, I think JoJo's is there, but like I'm thinking about football as well. And so we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry.
Football music. What can we even
We can do chants. We can do chants. We can
you
do
can?
we can rank World Cup songs like specialty. Like it can even just be a quick reel. Or a short episode, but like World Cup songs. What else do we have? Just
We can
songs
do
in
the
general,
EDM
bro.
thing, the EDM episode we were talking about as well.
EDM episode we'll talk about as well. So don't worry, guys. We've left this episode with the ingredients as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. We are signing off. Love you all. Bye bye.